South Africa's ex-president Jacob Zuma on Thursday made his first public appearance since his release from prison on medical parole last month to lay charges against the chief state prosecutor at his corruption trial. Zuma went to the Pieter Maritzburg Loop Street police station in the eastern city of Pieter Maritzburg, where he is on trial for corruption, to open a criminal case against advocate Billy Downer for allegedly leaking his current state of health to the media. Now, the former president, who was accompanied by one of his daughters, Duzile Zuma Sambundea, waved at his supporters and had gathered outside the police station. His supporters were chanting songs of victory for the former president. Jacob Zuma's spokesperson, Zwanele Mayi, said there is a whole thick liver file and of evidence, and he has brought to show that what he's talking about is no something is made up. He's got evidence and he has submitted all the evidence to the police. The police will obviously investigate. Now, Somalia's president and prime minister resolved a dispute over appointments to security bodies, allowing a stalled process to elect a new parliament and president to go ahead, the government spokesman said late on Thursday. Somalia was meant to choose a new president this month, culminating in a complicated indirect election process that would also select a parliament. But that was halted during a dispute between President Mohamed Abdullahi Mohamed and Prime Minister Mohamed Hussein Roble over who would head the National Intelligence Service Agency. The president and the prime minister had each appointed a different candidate to replace the head of the agency, who was suspended last month after an agent went missing. Under the agreement, the president's appointee would now take up the posts in an acting capacity, while the men chosen by the prime minister will be given a direct role as a state minister. A separate disagreement over who would head the internal security ministry was also resolved and by the spokesperson. Now, foreign news. At least 6 people were killed in an attack at a Rohingya camp in Bangladesh's Cox's Bazar on Friday, a police official said, and the latest incident of violence in the world's largest refugee settlement. A gang armed with guns attacked a religious school before dawn in Cox's Bazar's Ukiah area and killed 3 teachers, 2 volunteers and a student. Police Superintendent Shahib Kreza Khan said. Now, more than 1 million Rohingya live in a cluster of refugee camps in southern Bangladesh, with most having fled neighboring Myanmar during a military crackdown in 2007. The sprawling settlements have become increasingly violent, residents say, with armed gangs vying for power, kidnapping critics and warning women against breaking conservative Islamic norms. Late last month, gunmen shot and killed a prominent Rohingya Muslim leader in the camps. A group of Afghan women urged the United Nations to block the Taliban from gaining a seat at the world body, calling for better representation for their country during a visit to the organization's New York headquarters on Thursday. The women posited that the UN needs to give that seat to somebody who respects the rights of everyone. In Afghanistan, Kofi was joined by former politician Nahid Farid, former diplomat Asila Wardoki, and journalist Anissa Sahid. Since seizing power in mid-August, Taliban leaders have vowed to respect women's rights in accordance with Sharia or Islamic law. But under Taliban rule from 1996 to 2001, women could not work and girls were banned from school.